if we don't get some revenue from the subways, from the buses, and from the trains.
All right, Brian, bearing in mind the situation that's developing in New York City right now, what's your reaction to the president's crackdown on ghost guns? That was what he was all about yesterday afternoon, went to great lengths on ghost guns. Your reaction?
This is all about crime and punishment. We have the crime. We supplied that. Can we get some punishment? That allows the law and order, the officers to do their job, knowing they'll be held to pay if I bring him or her in for the crime that they perpetrated instead of getting right out. That's the same story in New York, in Chicago, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. The ghost guns is such an insult. As the sheriff I spoke to this morning out in San Francisco is now running for office, he says it's like blaming the car for a drunk driver. Yeah, ghost guns are a problem. Of course, if you have a unmarked gun that was put together with parts, yeah. But guess what, Stuart? I could get you could order a ghost gun right now. You're not going to shoot anybody. I'm not shooting anybody. Most of our audience could get a ghost gun and not have it registered, but you're not going to be killing anybody. The problem is the criminal mind and the punishment that they know is not coming. Cover the New York Post today. 17-year-old shoots 16-year-old. The 17-year-old is going to be tried as a juvenile, which means they're out in 6 years. Is that what you should be doing for murdering somebody?
Really? I'll make a prediction. When the president goes out yesterday and hammers ghost guns and then says he wants to go further, the result of that will be probably 1 million Americans will go out and buy their first gun.
Always.
That's exactly what's going to happen. There are now 5 million more households with a gun as of now than there were 2 years ago. 5 million households have added a gun for the first time, simply because they believe the Democrats want to take their guns away. Last word to you.
Here I'll say, and this is what gun owners will tell you, I am not a gun owner, but I'm for the Second Amendment. What they would say is the first thing they did in Venezuela is take away the guns. In Australia, you're not allowed to carry a gun. In China, in Shanghai, they just basically jailed 25 million people for testing positive and being asymptomatic. So the first thing they do is disarm you in society, and then they take over your life. And in Australia, believe it or not, I've never seen such a vicious crackdown from the pandemic from what they did in Australia. And I'm not saying that they wouldn't have done it if they had guns, but I'm telling you, the American people will never be disarmed. Right. Give it up, especially by a president with 36% approval rating, with barely with a majority in the House and Senate. That's not where a lot of Democrats stand either, like Joe Manchin and John Tester.
The Second Amendment makes America a unique country.
Thought so.
And that's one of the reasons I'm here. All right, Brian, you're all right. See you again soon. Thanks very much.
Go get him, Stuart Varney. Appreciate it.